Section 10-2 parabolas. Alrighty, so this is for your test on Tuesday. Now, as you take a look at this, remember there's other forms for the equation of a parabola. If it is something like x minus h squared equals 4p times y minus k, this is what we traditionally think of a parabola that opens either up or down. So one or the other. I'm going to break that up into two graphs. This again is if p is positive, and this one is if p is negative. All right, the other form for the equation of a parabola is y minus h squared equals then 4p times x, should be okay, x minus h. Now this one is the one that opens then left or right. If it opens to the right, p is positive. If it opens to the left, then p is negative. Okay, so let's go ahead. I want to do one that opens then side to side. So as I take a look at this then, okay, I want to do the graph of y minus 3 squared equals then, let's say, a negative 8x minus 2, okay? Now from this we want to analyze it, which means we want to find the vertex, the foci, the latus rectum, and the directrix, okay? So taking then a look at this, okay? First thing I want to determine is if the graph opens up or down. So in taking a look at this, since it is y squared, that means the graph is going to open left or right. We then need to go ahead and find our p-value, okay? Now, our generic unshifted form is y squared equals 4px. So in this case then, it follows that negative 8 then has to equal 4p, which means p is a negative 2, which means then that the graph is going to open downwards. I lied. That means that the graph is going to open to the left. My apologies on that. All right, so taking a look then at this, okay, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to insert here another page. All right, I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and graph this rather than graphing it on graph paper, just to have it make a little bit more sense. Scroll down here. Okay, so I have then my Cartesian coordinate system. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Sound effects are always encouraged. All right, so as we then go ahead to take a look at this, okay, we also know then right off the bat, okay, that we are going to go ahead. Our vertex then is going to go ahead, we're going to change those signs. So my vertex then is going to be at the point 2, 3. So let's go ahead then. Let's get that plotted. So 2, 3, right there, there is my vertex. All right, we know the graph then is going to open downwards. Okay, so to get then the focus, since our p-value is a negative 2, that means then our focus is going to lie 2 units then to the, I totally lied there. Why do I keep saying up and down? Since p is negative and y is squared, we know that the graph is then going to open to the left. I'm losing my mind today. Good Lord. Okay. So since p is negative, as a negative 2, the focus then is going to lie then 2 units to the left of our vertex. So on the graph then, when I move it over 2, it's now going to be then right on the y-axis. So that's going to go then be my focus. So 2 units over, okay, now remember the vertex and the focus always are going to lie on the same line. Since it's going to the side, that means then that they're going to have the same y value. So that means then it's going to have a y value. Come on. Oh, I love my touch screen, but it's a pain in the butt sometimes. All right, so it's going to have the same y value, 3. And then 2 plus a negative 2 then means I'm going to have a x value of 0. So my focus then is going to be then 0, 3. Now from here then we can start to construct our lattice rectum. Now the lattice rectum, remember, is on the same line as the focus but perpendicular to the vertex. Now since P is 2, or negative 2, okay, that means then that we're going to move 4 units up and 4 units down from the focus. Yeah, okay, I did not just delete everything, that's good. So 4 units up then, 1, 2, 3, 4. There is one endpoint of my lattice rectum. That is the point then 0, 1, 2, 3, 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yep. 0, 7, and then 4 units down. So 1, 2, 3, 4 puts it then right there. So 4 units down. Then the other point of my lattice rectum then is going to be 0, then negative 1. So there's my points there. Now at this stage then, I can go ahead and play the screen. Play everybody's favorite game of connect the dots. Remember, it's going to hit that lattice rectum, hit the vertex, and then hit the other lattice rectum point. And just so I don't confuse everybody, again, this dotted line was just to show you where it was initially going to go. So I'll just erase those. Okay, so there is then my graph. Okay, now the length then of my lattice rectum. Okay, we can go ahead. Oops, undo that. I want the x-axis back there. Give me 1 second. Okay, so now we're all better then. All right, so now I have my parabola. Now, taking a look then at this, let's go ahead, let's construct